Coming up on News 20 at 5, sexual predators prey on children through various forms of social media, and cases of domestic violence hit home in a major way. Your 11 p.m. newscast starts right now.
From the highest of 7 hills in Florida's capital city, covering every corner of the Big Bend, this is the award-winning News 20 at 5, live.
Good evening, I'm Jamessa Chester. Our top story: recently, working-age adults seem to be migrating to Florida more than ever in search of jobs. The Greater Tallahassee Chamber of Commerce is dedicated to helping young working-age professionals find a job in their area of concentration. Certain programs such as Access Tallahassee was created to connect and engage with young professionals in the workforce.
Access Tallahassee provides a multitude of events. There's speed networking, which is kind of like a speed dating, speed networking, and provides a great opportunity to meet people you otherwise wouldn't. There's professional development series. There's access to the issues where our members interact with local politicians and really learn about the things that the legislature has got going on. There's multitude of networking events. We have a Cocktails and Connections, which is a happy hour, and a social aspect to that professional development.
Residents ages 18 through 64 continue to show growth within major metropolitan areas in various counties throughout the state of Florida. Census data shows that from 2000 to 2010, working-age Floridians grew by more than a fifth. Still, with such an influx, the unemployment rate seems to remain high. The Leon County Public School budget has undergone a major increase this year. Leon County School Board has approved their new budget for the 2011-2012 academic school year. The county received $42 million extra dollars from educational bonds, which have been accumulated during the previous school year. A new introduction to technology and innovative changes are expected for most schools. With a large total budget of $473 million, Leon County remains a step ahead of other school districts in the surrounding areas. Our Metro's new routing system, Nova 2010, is forcing passengers to make transportation adjustments. Those affected directly by the course change are primarily the working class and college students. Star Metro has agreed to do further assessments of the new system. As social media sites continue to emerge, the threat remains that children are at risk of being approached by a sexual predator. FAMU TV20 reporter Christian Allen has more on this story.
When school is out, do you know where your child's whereabouts are? Social media sites have been getting a lot of attention recently, not just from children, but from predators as well. Sergeant Steve Norville of Leon County Sexual Predator Unit had this to say.
We actually actively go out and pursue people who are downloading, for lack of a better word, kiddie porn or child pornography. And we do all the computer forensics on their computers, etc. And lately we put quite a few people in jail.
According to the Crimes Against Children Research Center, 1 in 5 U.S. teenagers who regularly use the internet say they have received an unwanted sexual solicitation via the web or cell phone. Nationally certified clinical counselor Andrea Williams stresses the importance of parents.
It's extremely important for parents to be mindful of what their child is viewing on the internet. The internet is extremely accessible through cell phone use now. It's extremely prevalent in teens and even as young as 7- and 8-year-olds.
Reports from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement state that there are currently over 470 sexual offenders in Leon County, and the numbers continue to rise. Only 1/3 of households with internet access are actively filtering out and blocking software, says the Center for Missing and Exploited Children. With parents utilizing parental controls as well as other forms of protection, it makes it easier to be aware of sexual predators. For News 20 at 5, I'm Christian Allen.
For more information about Florida sexual offenders and predators, visit the website. Cases of welfare fraud are leading politicians toward other effective methods. Changes are being made to the requirements for obtaining Medicare and welfare in Florida. Governor Rick Scott is proposing that in order to minimize the large amount of fraud cases, a drug test can prevent this from becoming an ongoing concern for government officials. The Florida Department of Children and Families data shows that this year alone, there are over 100,000 recipients of welfare. Coming up on News 20 at 5, details on the Conrad Murray case continue to emerge, and Al-Qaeda threatens revenge on the U.S. after a top terrorist is killed. This and more coming up next. Welcome back. I'm Jamessa Chester, and for all you Rattler football fans, let's get right to it. This past weekend, Damian Fleming threw for 245 yards, along with 2 touchdowns that allowed Florida A&M to gain an easy win over the Dell State Hornets. The touchdown from Fleming to Brian Timms resulted in a 13-0 lead, and with FAMU bringing solid defense, the Hornets experienced major offensive struggles the rest of the way. The final score was 34-7. Next up on the Rattlers' schedule are the Bisons from Howard University. Men's tennis coach Carl Goodman has high hopes for his team this upcoming season. The team is ranked in the nation's top 80 and holds the second-place slot in the MEAC. The official season doesn't kick off until January. The men's tennis team is taking part in matchups against the various cities throughout Georgia to be thoroughly prepared. Goodman is optimistic about the team's performance to come and has faith that they will only continue to improve as a unit. The coach says they are ready to face any opponent, and all of his confidence lies within the players' hard work and determination.
That was, last week. This starts a whole new week. Basically, our team, in terms of every Tuesday and Thursday, they have challenge matches. So really, you may be the top dog, last week, but when you play your teammates this week, you may go from playing number 1 this week to playing maybe number 3 or 4, the upcoming week.
Florida State put backup freshman quarterback Clint Trickett in the starting position. It all happened when veteran quarterback E.J. Manuel suffered an injury. After being given the chance to prove himself, Trickett won the ACC Rookie of the Week award. Show me the money. That's what most players on strike within the NBA have to say. The National Basketball Association has extended its lockout and shows no signs of giving in. Similar to the NFL lockout, the NBA's entire upcoming season could be in jeopardy if no agreement is reached. Current start date for the new season is November 1st, but that may be delayed. The outcome is in the hands of certain key players. The league has heard rumors of side talks being held off the radar, but there is still no sign of a labor deal in the works. The main focus of the lockout is to agree on a method to divide the profits between players and owners. Coming up, interested in high-flying acrobatics? Then Cirque du Soleil is just for you. Stay tuned.